come alive when the sun goes down. Run from the light of day. Everybody knows when the east wind blows that the devil is on his way. And I'm coming with the hellfire. Whoa. Yeah, I'm coming with the hellfire.
Back everybody, Game 3 Invictus Gaming versus Virtus.pro. I'm Toby here with the player formerly known as a professional, Swindles. Formerly known as Kyle. Kyle formerly known as Swindles.
I'm here with the PUBG caster.
That's right.
Formerly a Tier 1 Dota caster.
Play the blue. Play the blue like LGD.
What does that even mean?
LGD sit out in the blue circle, and they don't come in until the very last moment.
Oh,
They're
gotcha.
a team that does that in the east
Sorry,
side.
I don't
near
follow. I don't follow.
That's cool.
Non-esports.
That's fine. I'm not gonna argue the point. Like, I'm not. There's no way I'm saying that game is esports ready. Hey, we're still in alpha in Dota. Into the draft. Virtus.pro versus IGVP, undefeated so far in the tournament. Invictus Gaming, however, cannot say the same thing as they have dropped one of their games so far. That was to Team Secret. But they're looking to try and repair the damage that was done.
Zanking first pick. I've seen this movie before.
Yeah, this is what we expect, right? Like actually having rotating heroes who have guaranteed stuns, which so far today we haven't really had a lot of that. Like Tuskar was the closest we kind of got. Like we had this Rubik AA combination as well.
Yeah, there was Avenge, but that was a core. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own idea on openers. VP just loves these heroes with easy stuns. Like, I don't know what the word I would use is. It has like a quick item timing, you know? Heroes that buy like these cheaper items that just make you stronger and stronger. You have like a lot of different times in the game where you hit a power spike, not just, you know, one.
It's heroes too that don't lock you into one style of play. Like you can still push the SK to a 3 position if you want to. Death Prophet. Okay. This is stable push, stable silence. Everyone's going the standard. Pangolier not actually mixing things up as much as I thought he was going to in this competition. Obviously, teams will not have practiced a lot of drafts with this hero. But you could definitely see the effect of the Chen being banned out in the first phase. No Naga, no Omni, and you're still removing Dark Willow every single time during this competition, especially against the Chinese teams. They will first phase pick it.
VP, I mean, the openers were real quick there, but VP traditionally is almost always opening with a Gyro, Omni, DP, or Tiny. And I have not, and they did, I think, Terrorblade once or twice, but pretty much every game they pick these heroes because they can be played in multiple lanes, on multiple heroes, or on multiple players, rather, and it's just a very solid hero that allows, you know, again, tempo, a lot of different item timings. It can take objectives. It can do Roche, high sustain, and it's just good. Bane banned out by IG. Always a good ban whenever you're playing with a Gyro on your team.
Next Assassin being banned out too. I'm interested to see if they're looking for like the jump initiation of someone like a Bat Rider. I suppose that's actually a little harder against the Disruptor. Like why Nyx out? Like, do we think about the intel heroes he's going to mess with of no ones? But then no one's on the Death Prophet, right? I know. I think Ramses has played the Death Prophet previously. You actually like.
I saw it once. They played Posh on it yesterday.
That
did not go so well though. He had a very hard life.
Yeah, but that's the Death Prophet's life anyway. If you play him 3 position.
Yeah, I mean they can go a lot of different directions. It's kind of VP's strong suit. You really never know what they're gonna pick. They always have this option of late picking some Ramses hero that just totally throws you for a loop, whether it's Morphling, Broodmother, who knows. Both those heroes are actually just fine in this game. They are a first pick, so probably going to see them third pick the solo hero, and then 4 and 5 they'll just use on their course. Solo meaning solo the player, not the role.
We go what you meant.
I'm just making
But
sure.
I'm glad you clarified.
There's viewers at home, my co-caster. Maybe I need to be a little more specific.
Yeah, my co-caster's not keeping up with everything. Okay. No. Juggernaut ban from IG. So, as you were mentioning previously, those heroes that close the distance on the gyrocopter, really problematic. Lifestealer also available. He'll have a delivery system in the form of the Sand King if they want to go for one of Ramsey's signature style heroes, which, would be that.
Yeah. I think Jug's just super strong right now. We saw Sylar play it earlier today, but pretty much built-in BKB, great talents, Omni Slash just killing somebody, and you really can't stop it. And Healing Ward, super strong as well. Ban the Ench, I like that, because I think IG could have picked that here and just pressured lanes very
Enchantress did get wrecked, though, on her enchantability. Yes. Like there's actually a 5-second difference now between the cooldown as well as when the creep times out. So there's actually, for level 1, you can never have 2 creeps up at the same time because of that 5-second gap.
Yeah, they also nerfed Untouchable a lot. Or not really nerfed super hard, it's more that
just
they
the
made
early
that first.
Levels.
Yeah. So they make it so that you can't just, put 1 point in these spells and then max your heal or something and just still be fine.
Oh, Toshka. There's the roaming hero for Invictus Gaming. And the answer back from Virtus.pro is Oracle. So this is an old classic combination with Death Prophet as well as Oracle. Any hero you try and burst down early on, especially the Death Prophet, it's just impossible to kill.
Opens up the Huskar as well.
Oh boy. Oh, I did not want to think about that, but yeah, it really does.
It's a great Huskar game at the moment, but I don't know. That hero is so strange. I have no idea if it's actually good or not. Lifestealer would be fine here as well. I know that VP loves it. Same concept as the Jug. You look at Gyro, you eat him alive, and when you rage, you don't give a damn about any of the heroes currently selected by IG.
I actually want to see Huskar now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's like the Oracle will probably be working overtime with the Death Prophet. So, like, I always find the Huskar can function a lot better with heroes like Dazzle. But Oracle can still do the work.
I think I like it better with Oracle because with I guess it kind of goes both ways. It's just that Oracle, you just offer a lot more healing, whereas with Grave, like it's a longer time for Huskar to be unkillable.
Yeah.
When you get Graved, sometimes you just die right after. Oracle, you don't actually know if you've killed Huskar or not, and the whole time he's attacking you with like near max AS. So Tidehunter, oh my god, this is the dream Huskar game.
It really is.
It's a great Lifestealer game too, though. So we'll see.
Doesn't Lifestealer still have a lot of problems in the lane against the Tidehunter?
Not
you won't be able to zone him out easily.
You just put a point in like a couple points in Feast. You buy a stick and you just hit him. Especially when you have an Oracle for like added burst damage. Like you're fine.
Virtus.pro, they've still got a lot of reserve time, so they're in no rush to make this decision. But so far, it's they've got stun rotations. They've only got 1 stun out of everything they got. That'll be the downside about going in for the Huskars. You have a lack of stuns, and it's Terrorblade for Virtus.pro. Ugh. So they have their push power. They have a lot of push power and sustain. Either Sunder or having Oracle throwing in the false promise and heal bombs.
I'm sad.
Yeah, I kind of actually want to see the Huskar now.
All the heroes.
Hey, you can still have Huskar. Death Prophet offlane, Huskar mid, Terrorblade safe. We're on a stretch doing that, but plus then you'd have no stuns. You just need to get like a Weaver on Invictus Gaming and be like, okay, we got this, boys.
Yeah.
That's actually like what does VP do with their final hero? It has to be a stunner, right? It has to be a controller.
You can go a lot of different directions. It could just be like an Earth Spirit or something for Roger and make the Sand King offlane. I think they will put Sand King on Pasha, DP on no one. I think it just makes the most sense. And now it's just what hero do you want to give Roger, who in truth is making a case for him just being one of the best, if not the best 4 in the world. And I've been just more and more impressed with his play and just his general his composure when he plays the game at this high level. The more I watch him play.
Dragon Knight is still available in the pool. If they want to have stun, that's not the greatest, but until he has items.
It's possible. Not a huge fan of it against DK. And I think right now you want more. You really just want a stun and maybe a little bit of damage. Because Oracle is more of a defensive support. I think you want this Earth
more aggressive
type
in the
hero. Yeah, you want something that roams as well. You want to be able to set up kills.
Okay. Well, SK +1 will be able to do that. I'm happy with Roger to play either. Like, he's a fantastic roaming. But they're taking some time to work out Invictus Gaming span. So Invictus Gaming still looking to fill in their mid role. So what would you counter out against like heroes like the Death Prophet? Do you worry about heroes like OD? Nice to clean up a lot of Terrorblade illusions.
He gets silenced. He gets disarmed by Oracle. It could be annoying, especially with the Tidehunter. Like, you hit this point where you have 2 BKBs and a Ravage, and you can't really ever lose a fight anymore. But I think Tinker is also a really scary hero for VP to play against at the moment.
They ban out the Morphling instead. So worrying about the copy paste, and it's a Doombringer for Virtus.pro. So still flexible for who can play what, but more than likely that will be a Roger SK and a 3-position Doom.
I like the Doom. It's super good against Tide, and it's also really good against Gyro, because when you Doom him, you remove flak charges, and the hero just kind of does nothing now. Yeah, exactly. So it's strong. There's the
Tinker!
Yep. I mean, it's kind of expected. It's a dream hero against TB Death Prophet, and
it's a signature of IG as well. XSS has played the tempo controlling Tinker a hell of a lot.
I'm really surprised they banned Morphling over Tinker, because Tinker is like, it doesn't matter how good you are. If this Tinker gets ahead and you don't have the tools to kill him, he will just win the game. Like, you don't need to be the greatest team in the world. IG, you know, probably outside the top 10 right now. But if their Tinker's a great player and he gets in a position where he can win the game himself, he could. And I think you'd be a lot more afraid of this with aggressive on his signature Gyro, XXS on his signature Tinker versus like some Morphling and a Gyro mid.
Yeah. Yeah, deal with it more. But VP decided to go for this one. At least they have that potential catch-out with Pasha if he can get an early item, then get the Doom off. So lock down the Tinker, remove the Tidehunter, and this will make the fights very simple for the rest of VP to execute. And that does feel like the way they're running this lineup. It's very simple to execute. There's easy saves. I think it's going to be hard for Invictus Gaming to force anything with Tuskar rotations. So lanes may get a little bit cramped for Invictus Gaming in the early stages. But I suppose you could just move back and stack, right? Like XSS needs to have that extra money come in. So stack up the camps, have some fun.
The big key, Doom is one of those heroes, especially when he's playing against Disruptor Gyro, where if he's ahead, he's going to be unkillable. And he falls behind, he'll just die over and over. I love Doom against Disruptor because you just pretty much, you cast your fire and then you pull back and you're just going to heal, you hit people, and you don't really fear these heroes unless you're in a position where you get like zoned completely. So I expect him to play with Roger and get into the game. Once he hits like level 3, level 4, if he's equal to the opponents in his lane, he's going to have a fantastic time. Is a 0 armor hero though, and that's part of the reason.
I love looking at the dice at VP's courier. He always looks so cute. Akemi. Is that actually you say that? Like, it's Akemi Katsuro?
Sounds about right.
It's just that lovable face. And then your little cat in the back is just like, together we shall deliver all items.
Yeah.
And then sniff the ground.
It's better than sniffing other things.
Well, yeah. We haven't got to the point now where couriers can interact with heroes. Just waiting for like a hero to be able to play around with the little dog couriers, bounce them around.
Is that a thing? I've never experimented. I mean,
it is not a thing.
Yeah.
It would be cool if it was a thing, but it's not a thing.
One day.
Well, Invictus Gaming looking for any kind of aggressive maneuver from Virtus.pro.
I love this ward from VP because it sees the rune, it sees the rune, but it also gets this little sliver of vision right here, so that you
You're talking about this little sucker right there.
Yeah. So it's just multiple pathways. You also see here. I can't. What? Oh, what about this too?
So yeah.
So you see all this.
Use your words, Kyle. Use your words.
It's just good. Like it gives you a lot of. You don't need to like see people, but just getting those glimpses of them on the minimap is enough a lot of the time to get the information you need to make better decisions.
VP is gonna be ready to fight. Pasha and no one are there. Invictus Gaming will come down. Homing missile is onto Pasha. Roger decides not to commit anything more as Pasha has to stand up on the hill. He'll take the stun, and he also went level 1 Scorched Earth, so has the regeneration and movement speed to get back, but
it's fine because Roger gets the creep wave. He's like, thanks for the distraction, boys.
Let's see if he can get out of this one. He'll cop a Thunder Strike, but Broker's got shards available. So they can block Roger in with the creep wave, and potentially he takes more damage.
He has stun and a TP though. Like he's just chilling.
He actually could hide inside a sandstorm. Actually, no, there's a sentry on Q. He can't hide inside a sandstorm. Unless Q walks away like this, then he can Burrow Strike. Yep, there it is. TP away.
Beautiful.
So he's going to double stack the wave.
Yeah, Pasha was like waiting to see if maybe I can go pull it, but it's so key because what he does is that one movement, right? He gets 2 Ice Shards and 2 Thunder Strikes from the supports. So that's way less harass on Pasha available now. And he pulls the creep wave. And he wastes their time. So just one hero distracting 2 that secures the Doom's lane.
It's fantastic for him as long as this wave can finally push back out again. Pasha is just waiting for the experience so he can finally have Devour and grab that Wild Wing Ripper. Then he can have armor in the lane as well. Solo is causing so many problems for SRF on top. Like, the Terrorblade is just doing his farm thing, but it's the fact that SRF just pulls the creep wave, gets Fortune 10, cops so much damage. It's not what he was intending to have happen in this lane.
Yeah, in the meantime, Ramsey has farmed the hard camp as well as the creep wave. Really good play from him.
But Boca's rotated over. They're trying to find the kill. Solo begins his TP, and Boca, being only level 1, does not have that snowball yet, so TP out is easily successful.
I feel like I've seen this story before. People teleporting out in the faces of enemies trying to kill them.
Forcing rotations when nothing can happen as well. Yep. Well, no one. Gotta be a little bit more careful with these Spirit Siphons now that the charge restore time is 60 seconds.
Doing okay. Tinker, lane's about even. I think it's slightly Tinker favored at the early levels. But it's all about who gets roamed on, who dies. Ooh, good scan from no one, but it does not catch the fact that Tuska's right here.
Yep, they're just attacking in towards the mid. No one has to run up. Remember that Spirit Siphon we talked about? This is all gone. He's got a salve available, but no one will have to get up the hill and away, and he does have the space for it. But then laser, rocket, fairy fire, no one's still alive. Baboka, he's got shards in 2 seconds. 1 second, no one, here she flies, and no one held underneath the tower. Can't Spirit Siphon. He's salved for a fraction of a second. Baboka, he'll claim first blood under the tower. It looks like he'll lose his life to the tower, so no one doesn't get the experience. He gets some little bit of gold back again. But that's a happy day for a Tusker. And now he rotates bottom to try and do something down here, but still only level 1.
He might get level 2. It needs this archer creep, then he's got it. And they're going to look to go. Good timing.
So they just snowball forward. Shard block onto Roger. He'll Burrow Strike over very quickly. Doesn't want to allow that distance to be close between him and Aggressive, but with the snowball, Aggressive just gets picked up and brought over, locked inside Q's wall. Roger has no choice but to turn around and at least attack into Baboka. This is good movement from Invictus Gaming.
The issues look at the top lane, CS.
Yeah, that's, well, Ramsey's getting big.
Yeah. This is more than perfect CS. It's just because he keeps farming. He's farmed 3 hard camps already, and it's 3.5 minutes into the game. He's just getting huge. Aquila up already. Wand tied with just 4 CS, and in the meantime, even though he died, no one is now dominating the CS over the last couple waves against Tinker. And part of that's because Tinker went for a bottle, whereas no one just goes for an extra null. So he's now last hitting way easier than Tinker, 10 damage advantage, but there is a haste rune on the Tinker now.
Yep. As long as XXS can ensure the runes, it's very difficult to do with any of the bounty runes, so he has to get the normal river runes. But this will give him the strength to fight up against no one. Aggressive getting his own pull on bottom thanks to Q. And Pasha and Roger, you kind of need to do something about this. Roger's still not strong enough to contest it properly. Yep. So they actually end up having a full creep wave being denied to them.
The weakness of this IG draft, though, is that this tide's getting dumpstered, right? And who can help them? Like, none of their heroes actually come online until they're level 6. Yep. The Gyro is the only hero on the team that can actually rotate and make things happen in like the early to mid-game transition, but then he's not farming or accelerating. It's also not typically Aggressive's playstyle. It was a TI5, but nowadays he's playing a little more conservatively in the lane.
I actually cannot believe just how dumpstered SRF is getting. Goodbye, Roger, out of the shards. I didn't realize he actually only has 5 CS. Yes. Bottom lane, goodbye, Doombringer. Pasha, regeneration, he can't make it to the trees into cover.
even though he's dying, he'd rather die than have 9 CS.
Yeah, that's his first death of the game too.
Yep.
So it hasn't been that bad for him in the off lane. As he said, he's got 22 CS compared to now the 10 of Tidehunter, so double digits finally hit by SRF, even if it was one of the very small Wild Wings.
He's chasing down Solo a bit up top. Tusk coming in as well. This might be a shard block.
Yeah, Ramses, he just got Metamorphosis. However, he's going to try and fight this one, so they snowball forward. Solo trying to run out of this one. Won't happen. Baboka taking way too much damage from Ramses, and Ramses needs to slow down SRF. Hey, yep, there it is. He'll get the reflection up, get a little bit of vision up the hill, keeps the chase going, and SRF nowhere to really run away from this. He has decent movement speed, and underneath the shrine, the damage may be enough. Turns for the gush, and Ramses wants to keep battling SRF. Can Ramses do this? Can he go onto the tower with the mirror images and actually take this fight? He's got reflection back off cooldown now again, and there's another gush. Ramses so low, he's got 13 one-shots, has to commit it. Now is Baboka rolling snowballs in, and Ramses, he needs more. Like, he's got his TP scroll available. He's switching it into the from the backpack now, but Tinker finally TPs to the tier 3 tower and finds the kill with rockets. That's way too deep, Ramses.
It seems that way, but it's actually so worth, because he buys before he dies, so he loses no gold whatsoever, and the Tinker has to TP. The Tusk is there. And look at bottom. There's just space for Doom because he has no threat. There can only be 2 heroes in his lane, and it's a free farm DP who also regains lane control. It's now on his hill.
And so you're saying that
value,
like actually diving to almost the tier 3 tower was worth it.
It was
for the Terrorblade.
Yes.
Okay.
Because also he lost nothing in the top lane. It was just Solo getting 2 or 3 free waves. So because every lane benefits from his movement, it's 100% worth.
Even though he gives the kill to the Tinker, which
correct
is actually, I'd say it's going to give him his BTs, but right now there's only boots on the courier, and he's still going to go in for a magic wand before he finishes up the BTs. And well, goodbye Roger. Q and Baboka teaming up to get the kill. Meanwhile, in mid lane, the attack goes onto XSS underneath the tower, but he had an invis room bottled up. So that's Fortune's End initiation having no real effect.
Doom level 6. If he had actually Doom Baboka there, he would have killed him. But I think you'd rather try and use it on Gyro in a second. Just a +1. Doom is actually, he's above Tinker in net worth. And a lot of that is because of the space that's been made by his team. Mostly Roger, but a little bit of help from Ramses, and also constant threat from no one onto this mid Tinker, forcing the supports to stay in the area. As you can see, Baboka just sitting behind tower.
Yep. He knows he has to protect him. That aggressive Observer from Virtus.pro just on the top lane, able to understand that Tidehunter is very much alone, allowing Solo and Roger to do this rotation. So Roger just needs to hit something, and they're actually going to start with the Fortune's End. Chaining the Burrow Strike in just a second, and thanks to Metamorphosis now being up for Ramses and the death of the Tidehunter, they can add pressure VP to this top tier 1 tower of Invictus Gaming.
Yep. Ramses is so fat right now.
What is with this weird time walking from
Bottom lane,
Baboka?
glimpse on Doom.
Yeah, they actually got him. Yeah, pulled him back in on bottom. Pasha, 1 charges, phase boots, not enough regeneration. Roger looking for that Burrow Strike again. We'll find a level only. Shards won't slow up Ramses. He's actually leveled up Sunder now too, so Invictus Gaming don't have enough control. So even if they do go onto the Terrorblade, the risk of Sunder is just way too high. Another hero, Tinker, being picked off. Not
without
even
ult?
Yeah, and with Q standing right next to him. How the hell did that happen? That shouldn't have happened. You don't even have silence. He just, Spirit Siphon, Crypt Swarmed, caught him when he was trying to stack or farm? Nope, the camps have taken no damage.
I mean, no one might just be, you're probably just outclassing him, to be completely honest. If you look at the last hits, 53 and 22 to 38 and 10. And keep in mind, Tinker was the guy that got a kill earlier, so, well, he didn't get the kill, but, you know, he got help.
He mopped up the Terrorblade.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was still him.
Well, no, it was the first blood as well.
Yeah, true. Well, Roger can't keep up. There goes your Fortune's End over towards Q. The supports of Virtus.pro laying claim to the Radiant jungle. For now, that is the status quo.
There's no one in the bottom area of the map as well. Like,
Again, Doom with space. Trouble for Oracle. Solo knows he's in trouble as well. Put the Fate's Edict on top of himself, and no way to escape from Aggressive's clutches. Yeah, how long are they going to allow Pasha just to continue to do this? Like, he's about to complete up his hood. So the survivability of this Doom is going to start to move up a lot.
He no longer dies once he finishes this item. The damage output of IG is completely magical until like 20, 30 minutes into the game.
Yeah. This is why we're talking about the Husker being such a great pickup in the game. But Roger maybe needs to create a little bit more space now. The glimpse comes in from Disruptor. Fire Strike. No, Roger leaves him for dead. Pasha once more will die, but diminishing returns. That's the third death out of the 9 kills that Invictus Gaming have claimed so far.
Oh wow, what a deny by us. Or SRF rather. Ramsey does kill the tower though.
That's that type of mind game skill we want to see in the 1v1 tournament later on, don't we, Kyle?
Oh goodness. So excited to cast that
I'm so
extravaganza.
excited. I just can't hide it. Can't hide it. Can't hide it.
Mid lane, they're gonna go on Tinker. He might just be dead here.
Yeah, Fortune's in now. They had to take up a lot of the Martial Machines, however, and that's
what a
why Solo. Yeah, Silence was perfect. Bobica can't save him, and no one saved by Solo. That's that Fortune's End. Ravage is good from SRF. No one pulled back in once more. He needs more life to try and survive through this, but then again with the Spirit Siphon, he doesn't need much more life. He's got it himself. Gyrocops took way too long to get over there. The call down very much off target. The Sigil is keeping no one slow. Here come your shards. Block him away from the Illusion Rune as Homing Missile is coming in. But remember, you've still got the Exorcism up and running. He survived just a little bit longer. It won't happen. I think Ramsey was ready to sunder. He put the arms up for it. And that would have given the Death Prophet enough life to just turn and survive. Mid lane, Doom is out, as well as with the Hoof Stomp. Pasha just controlling with Roger perfectly, and XSS will die. So if they feel like they got the upper hand by killing off the Death Prophet, they lose instantly with the Tinker dying.
The difference is like the DP isn't his team's win condition. The Tinker is, and he just died twice in a row. So
he's at 3.3k net worth. He's behind the Tide Hunter now.
He's 400 out of Tusk. I mean, they'll trade DP for Tinker all day, even though the DP's ahead, because Ramses just wins the game if he has no threat of Tinker. So like, who cares?
Yep. Ramsey continues the item progression. Got Dragonlance going to build up into S and Y, so a lot of early stats for him to play around with.
You can also see the power of Oracle DP.
Yeah.
Like the double heal when you're ulted by the Oracle on the Siphon is absurd. It's just so much healing. They blew Ravage, Disrupt, Thrill, Glimpse, and he comes out of that at 500 health with one more Siphon to go. It was just...
Q gets the Observer Ward down, but it comes so late, and they also revealed themselves. Q broke his smoke.
Solo did his job, he pulled off the tower, delays the push one wave, and yeah, they'll end up killing this tower, but in the meantime, VP farms them out.
When Roger actually has his Blink Dagger, right. Pasha's going to go for the same thing. Close the distance too easy. Ram's going to give him an extra cash by burning Metamorphosis on bottom lane. Push out the tier 1 tower. Tyler's going to finish up the full pipe before he goes for his Blink Dagger, so great positioning from the Tide Hunter will be essential for Invictus Gaming to have that Ravage advantage in the engagements. And damn, they need to finish up XSS's like BTs. Like he's like 14, 15 minutes into this game, and he still needs more money.
Good vision placed by IG earlier. Sees all of this TP, and I like this ward. Defensive wards in Radiant Jungle are really valuable, especially when your tier 1 dies. This one, I'm sure VP probably knows about up top. They actually have a lot. VP traditionally has a lot more wards, but I think because their draft is more defensive, they're holding onto them. Yeah, there's 3 on Solo right now. So,
yeah, well, it's going to be like saving for Tinker wards, right? Like you ensure you get that Tinker ward coverage, force down the lanes.
It's more like you don't. VP always play like they when they played EG, they were placing wards as they came available. There was a point EG countered 2, there were still 3 on the map that VP had placed. And it's because they were playing this high tempo game and continuously using the vision to find kills. But when you have a Terrorblade and a Death Prophet, you're sanking, still farming Blink, there's no reason to place wards. This is something a lot of inexperienced teams do, where they place vision without a purpose. You don't need to see areas of the map if you're not going to play around them. And right now they're just shoving lanes and farming. So save the wards for later when they get these items that then allow them to take map control, tempo, set up a ward, etc. And yeah, maybe a Tinker ward, but that would involve him getting a Blink. And that's very far away.
Yeah. I'm glad SRF Aggressive came over to help SRF. Roger. Storm was meant for him. And he's able to bail away from Invictus Gaming. The glimpse, he can burrow in half a second time. That half a second was too long. That would have bought enough time for no one to close the distance. And then we would have been looking at a potential kill on the top. We may still be doing so. XSS has the BTs now available.
Look at Doom hasting in on the gyro.
And Drum Touch Burn. They want to turn around and try and fight this one. The Doom over on the Disruptor. He will shrine and survive. They'll cancel the extra TP into.
It's worth it. Like, they know they have the late game on VP. He dooms the Disruptor to prevent the glimpse, hastes away, and it just buys time, forces TPs. In the meantime, TP shoved bottom, and now he farms Gyro's camps. And top lane, they're going to smoke. They have a blink on Sand King. Might be a dead Tusk.
They're coming for the mid. They want to keep Tinker down. Tuskar is good to kill, but they really want to catch that Tinker.
Exactly, and it's also the tower. You always try and make a move for a tower if you can. And they, oh, look at this, perfect. They don't
into
get
the
pops,
trees,
the
Observer Ward, the vision's down, they blink Burrow, and they focus Disruptor 100%. Silence from no one. Pasha, no Doom available for him. Q will go down. Ramsey's the man to get the kill.
Yep. It's the right play. It's all about the tower. VP
5
plays on
heroes.
objectives very well, but it's worth.
Yeah, especially if Invictus Gaming want to try and fight this one. The pipe is up as well as Ravage, so it's got to be tempting. But then the Burrow Strike, they see the Tidehunter. Reflection is up. SRF, how long do you want to hold on to this one? He may not have enough time. No, you'll get the Ravage off. It's only a level 2 silence, but no one tanks through the entire thing. A very ineffective Ravage. Rogers waiting again too. They want IG to still fight this one. You have Epicenter Blink Burrow ready at the available, and here she comes. Epicenter up, Burrow Strike. He waited for the Tinker. The follow-up silence, defensive snowball. He'll protect for the moment, but XSS will go. Baboka will join him in the afterlife, and they want more. They want aggressive. There's just no way to initiate properly for Invictus Gaming. Any single target they go on, Oracle just says with a false promise.
And it goes back to vision, right? This ward right here, sees here. So they see the Tinker TPing in. Immediate burrow when they see it, he's dead. And it's all, they take wards, they have wards, they smoke, they place those wards, they take the fight, they get the tower.
Wasn't there a guide released? I remember it was Sunshine, right?
Yeah.
Who released a guide on how VP ward. Where do they put all this stuff?
The thing is, he did a great job breaking down their warding patterns, but I don't think it's as simple as like, oh, they usually place wards here. It's more about when are they placing them and how do they play around them, because you might know that they're there, but can you really be sure? It's more about this is the timing for VP. Do you want to fight them? They'll have vision. They have their timing. Be careful.
Spirit Siphon, no one's starting to commit a couple of them. You know SK's waiting for the perfect blink burrow underneath the tower. No one's confident to survive. Well, he's got that Yules as well as Hooded Defiance. They've got 2 hoods out. Pasha, he's not getting involved. He wants to finish up his blink dagger if possible before the fight begins, because then he could just jump in and get the Doom, and it's practically guaranteed. I was actually wondering if it'll be Blink or Shadowblade, but Blink definitely seems to work this game.
I really like the item build from VP. A hood on no one, the hood on Pasha, and then BKB third item from Ramsey. So obviously they understand we fear magic damage, we fear Ravage, and if they can just nullify the damage output, live through these big cooldowns, they will survive. And this also makes Oracle's job a lot easier because he gets those extra seconds to potentially have to save somebody with his ultimate or his Fate's Edict.
I'm actually wondering too, once that BKB is up on Ramses, if Doom really cares so much about Disruptor anymore, because Ramses will be free to do whatever the hell he wants. And I doubt Death Prophet's can be that concerned either. Like you've got Oracle to save one, so who becomes the primary target? Do you just remove Ravage? I think Snowball's actually been one of the. Actually, it hasn't even really delayed them. It delayed them by half a second in the last fight, but it could delay them by a lot more.
Yeah, it's just the issue is it's all this Tinker, right? I mean, the gyro's farmed, but
Blink. Burrow. Gyro?
Just a
Okay.
bait.
No. It's just a bait. Yeah, okay.
that's something VP does quite well. It's like in the meantime, Ramsey's of course just continuing to farm and push top, but they like to poke you and see, you know, just make you panic, maybe teleport, use a spell.
Get a reaction out of you. Yeah.
Also keeps you off balance because the next time you get stunned, maybe there's just 5 there and you're immediately dead.
The Blink Dagger is there for XSS, so more maneuverability available. Virtus.pro will smoke up. Roshan, he is a very good target, and they're going to burn Exorcism for it. That Observer Ward of Invictus Gaming, it did see Ramses go in, so shards are out. Be fully aware of what's going on. Glimpse already being burnt on solo. So I'm not certain that Invictus Gaming can really fight this. The rockets fly out, and then Blink Doom. Tidehunter will not have a Ravage to give to this fight, and they want to go for a little bit more. Fortune's End slowing up Disruptor. He'll get the ulti off as no one defensive for the moment, but he just hoods. He's got 17 one charges and wants to keep that Exorcism on the front lines into aggressive. Finally, the Ravage will come out from the Tidehunter. They didn't get the kill onto aggressive. Not what VP wanted to have happen, but they get buybacks out from the Tusker. 3 heroes down over the course of this engagement. And Roger to the trees. He's got Blink Dagger available. He can easily get out of this one. He's got to go now. Hides inside the Sandstorm. The shards will miss the target as well. He's just sitting in the Sandstorm. They can't even blink to get closer to him. He has to move away from Master Machines. Solo will give him the life. And Roshan belongs to Ramses. Why did that look way too easy for Virtus.pro? Apart from like the non-kill onto aggressive.
It's just
That seemed like they weren't even stressed.
well, they targeted the Disruptor, so there's no real catch left on IG. And as long as Oracle's unpressured and staying alive, what do? There's no real risk as long as the DP is the one tanking the damage. And because it's all magical and he has this hood, he's not really afraid of being bursted, especially considering the Tinker has rocket laser spam, and that is it.
Yep. Like maybe if it was an Aghanim Scepter, you'd be a little bit more scared of it. But he's still building into the Ether Lens. It's taking time, way too much time to bring this Tinker online. And there's your BKB. Terrorblade now having both BKB as well as Aegis the Immortal. Has to fly it out, sure, but by the time it's out there, Metamorphosis will be off cooldown.
Yep. They have Aegis. We got BKB coming in now for Ramses.
Bobica? No one? One more Crypt Swarm. That'll do the job. Spirit Siphon did a lot of work before that. Roger was also rotating quickly. Just being aggressive against SRF. Ramses is pushing the bottom tower. XSS will be able to TP into the tree line. Try and hold Ramses off for the moment. That's that BKB being freshly delivered in. Ramses, he has the Aegis Immortal, so he'll feel confident enough just to stand and fight, because he's also got Sunder. So no one can really jump him.
And an Oracle behind him.
And an Oracle behind him.
And I like that no one bought a Blink. Like the itemization, as always on VP, is near perfect. They have the ability now to just identify and jump the Tinker.
Bottom. They will never fight. Blink Burrow. Harsher in the neighborhood. I don't know if it was actually what he was trying to start. If he was going to go for the Doom Reflection, not enough to kill off SRF. But Ramses sits on the high ground, call down, able to connect. Roger sitting in the back lines, has the epicenter available. Ramses, he kind of wants to Sunder, but silence for the moment. Can't do much more because Solo's giving him the life back. Ramsey's still very low, but remember he's got the Aegis Immortal, and there's your Sunder! Instantly swapping the life with Baboka. And with the Exorcism into the front lines, Tidehunter falling, he can buy back as well, but no Ravage available. No one's the man who's in trouble. 17-1 charges. I'm sorry, I take it back. He ain't in no trouble. Even with the glimpse, there's a Blink Burrow Strike. Now it's Roger in deep, gets the epicenter off with the double silence. Invictus Gaming almost under the tier 4 towers. We're 24 minutes in, and Virtus.pro want to own more of it. The Burrow Strike catching out too with the reflection and the Crypt Swarm. Aggressive has to back off once more. He just can't stand in this. A glimpse pulling Roger back into the fight. Maybe finally Virtus.pro are going to lose a hero in this. He's got one charges. He can't get... Okay, he will have the distance for the Tranquil Boots, and reflection once again stops Invictus Gaming from chasing.
VP's just so good, man.
Yeah, they really are.
Little things. Like, a lot of players, Ramses, like, comes out of the Oracle ult, 70 HP. A lot of players just, I'll die, whatever. But he knows I can BKB. They have nothing to really stop me. He ends up BKBing the Ravage and then gets the Sunder off. So they still have Aegis. Again, Solo saves him. The DP, so like they help each other, and they just make everyone on the team look incredible.
No one's in a little bit of trouble. Yul stepped it up, managed to dodge the snowball attack. No TP support coming in for Virtus.pro, and that's XSS getting much needed money. 415 gold for this Tinker.
I like this too. Ramses buys a blink. Now they just go hard with the DP and the TB. Doom as well. Like they have 4 blinks. You just literally blink in. Makes the Disruptor kind of worthless, considering he catches players. He doesn't really want to glimpse them out, and they also have BKBs. And they just commit hard. They've, what, forced 3 buybacks at this point? All they need to do is kill Tide, kill Tinker. They get a Rex. Arcane Rune is well up on Ramsey, so we can just kill this bottom shrine really easily. Illusions every 11.2 seconds.
Not to mention, if he can use it, if they force down the mid, he can just burn his Metamorphosis and get into this fight. The fight's already begun, but Oracle was there, saving himself. Ramsey's in through the back line. BKBs once more. Sunder is available. He's dropping down low, but he's got a Tidehunter sitting right next to him. They can just trade life with if he wants to, and there it is, blinking forward. SRF will go down. A triple kill for Ramses. Doing it with style, and the Burrow Strike! Roger, he caught XSS, he can't TP out of this one, rearms, but it will be way too late. Pasha has the stun, 4 heroes down for Invictus Gaming. God, you can see it coming from a mile away. IG knew it was coming, but they could do nothing to prevent that VP fight. They just tried to get a kill before it happened. And then Aegis Immortal, regeneration for Ramses. He didn't need that.
They're just so good.
They're going to take bottom racks now. It was the perfect fight though, right? Like he comes in with the Arcane Rune, burning Metamorphosis, having all of his abilities ready and easy to spam.
He actually has met up in 40. That's crazy. It's a free Rex. At this point, I think the game is effectively over, but IG still has hope. But again, it's just this Tinker is further in the dumpster than the Grouch.
I mean like that with Oscar. He always sat on top of the dumpster, or in the upper part, in the upper part of the dumpster.
Man, he was like 70, 80% in the dumpster at all times. He was wearing the lid as a hat.
The other 20% was the guy who had his hand up his butt. Spoiled the illusion now. No!
Think of the children.
The Muppets is a lie. So you find out that Yoda was done by the same people. Thanks, Jim Henson. Roger. Invis Rune breaks the smoke. There is nothing going the way of Hole, and he flicks away before the dust can get him. The shards don't block in solo either. Oh, Invictus Gaming. Virus Strike from Roger will come a little bit short, but Ramses, he just jumps in, turns on the reflection. Q will be deleted. Bobica can't run away. SRF has Ravage, but he knows there's no point. The 2 heroes that were next to him had the BKBs up and running. The silencers keep XSS under control. The Doom is on the Titan, so when he finally doesn't have the BKB to deal with, he has the Doom to deal with. And they run in deeper. Ramses jumping forward, a little bit more slow with the reflection damage. SRF will die before the Doom will tick out. And this really is game. Virtus.pro, they lost Roger. They'll take out the mid now. But Invictus Gaming, like, they are getting styled hard.
Just so methodical. You can sort of see it. It's sort of like watching the Russian figure skaters this last Olympics. You know, just merciless.
Can't say I watched that, man. I can't say I watched that. Oh, Ramses switched the life around once more. Aggressive wants to do something in return. At least it's not the OP broken complete Sunder. Like, he's still got 40 seconds to wait for each of his Sunders.
21K, 1 Rax, 1 tier 3. And I just love that they get as much as they can, you know? They back, they get the tier 3, their spells are on cooldown, they can just wait.
It's also because Roshan can spawn up in just a second, potentially.
Yeah. And there's also a Scotty about to be completed on Ramses.
His time is 2:10. So 2:10 out of the 3 minutes. Or was that 100% win rate? Win probability at 100%.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, yeah. This is a total thing. This is the new Dota Plus stuff.
But I mean, can
You know,
ever
you
really
actually-
be
you
at
actually
100% win. I mean, that's crazy.
Hey, if Valve is telling us it's 100% win, it's got to be 100% win, right? They've done math somehow.
All right.
But yeah, I hate
I mean,
it.
I believe it.
I hate 100%. 100% can just go die.
You know what I hate even more? People who say you got to give 110%, because you know what? That's impossible. You can only operate at max capacity. All right, there is no like super max. All right, you
Hey,
can
that's
turn the amp up to 11. It doesn't do anything.
I watched Star Trek. Scotty could always get a little bit more out of the engine.
And I watch Spinal Tap, and it's all a lie.
Okay. Just, I thought that was a band.
It is.
Roger. Okay, he really doesn't care. In fact, I think he wants them to go on him. They glimpse back Roger. He just burrow strikes out of the wall. Glimpses down, no way to punish. Ramsey's Blink Dagger comes off cooldown, and again, they find a Doom target. It's going to be the Gyrocopter running back through the mid with the Infernal Blade. He'll tick out. Ramsey's just having this solo battle almost by himself at the beginning of it all. And those 3 heroes down. Tinker retreats back as far as he possibly can, and no one blinks under the tier 4 towers here with Ramsey. There's your silence. Aggressive will buy it back to get the call down flat cannon damage, so at least Pasha is low and will die. Aggressive is in exactly the same position. They're buying back, and Ramsey's inside the fountain. It's killing him off with no one. GG has been called. The Virtus.pro send their regards.
That was a great Doom pick. I love the Doom pick, and every single fight Pasha's getting off these really impactful ones. And there's so many targets for him. Any one of the cores getting Doom before they cast their spells is great. The only thing he has to do is make sure that they haven't used everything first.
Yeah, but I still like. I love how you're pointing out at the very, very start of the game, Virtus.pro's movement, the trade-offs. Like, okay, Ramsey's going to dive in, but it creates space for everyone else to play catch-up. The fact that Tinker got so dumpstered as well, like he just never got in the game. He was never really a thing. Like March of the Machines was the biggest fear they had, and then all of a sudden you got 2 hoods.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, okay, well, fears are gone. Well, Virtus.pro, convincing fashion. They remain undefeated in the group stage. This actually pushes Invictus Gaming, I think, to 1-3 as far as the group results go. Actually, no, they're 0-3.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's not a happy place to be. They're on the same level as Effect as well as Pain Gaming in the bottom of the group. But we have a team which is now gonna be facing up VGJ Thunder versus Team Secret.
Is that our next game?
That is our next game, and our
Ooh,
final game
exciting.
of the day. We still have another 5 to come up on the stream. We do 8 each day for best of ones. So Team Secret versus VGJ Thunder. Do not go anywhere. You will want to watch this game.